The last week of August in Lexington, Kentucky, carried the restless hum of summer fading into fall. Students were back on campus. Laughter spilled out of bars along Limestone Avenue. The stadium lights burned late into the night as the Wildcats prepared for another season. Yet only a few blocks away, a very different story was about to unfold. On the morning of August 27th, authorities received a call that would draw them into a quiet residential street, not far from the university. It was a standard dispatch, a request to check an off-campus apartment after neighbors reported concern that something was wrong. The building looked ordinary. Two-story brick apartments lined with weathered balconies. Laundry hung from railings. A dog barked in the distance. Nothing about it suggested the storm brewing inside. When officers arrived, they were met with silence. No movement through the curtains. No footsteps behind the door. Still, their training told them not to underestimate these quiet moments. They knocked, they called out, and eventually they stepped inside. The air was heavy, the kind of stillness that seems to cling to walls. The apartment was neat at first glance. Textbooks stacked on a coffee table, a pair of white sneakers tucked under a chair, a half-full water bottle on the counter. The kind of details that speak to an ordinary student life. But in the back room, down a narrow hallway, officers discovered something that was anything but ordinary. Inside a small bedroom closet, wrapped in layers of fabric and hidden inside a dark plastic bag, they found the fragile remains of a newborn. It was a moment that froze the air around them, a scene no first responder ever forgets. Within minutes, the quiet street outside had changed. Police tape stretched across the complex. Neighbors gathered in confusion. Patrol cars lined the curb, their red and blue lights cutting through the late morning sun. What had started as a simple welfare check had turned into a case that would ripple across the state and beyond, drawing in questions of secrecy, responsibility, and the hidden struggles that can unfold behind closed doors. This was the beginning of the case of Laken Snelling, a story that would test the boundaries of law, compassion,